Yo. All right. What's good? All right. I think. Yep. All right. We're live over here. What's poppin', gang? What's poppin'? Nothing's dead. Is this? Let's see here. All right. Cool. What's Gucci? Hola. ¿Qué tal? What's up, Toronto? Hello. Hello. All right. Let me get a couple things going, guys. I decided to do this from a different room, so here we go. ¿Qué tal Argentina? ¿Qué cuentan? Alright, we're live. How y'all feeling today? Happy Monday. Okay, here we go. Boom. Alright, I'm just forwarding this over, letting the people know we are ready to roll. Alright, I'll peep in the chat here in a sec. Who did I see here in Texas just a couple days ago? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Alright, got this sent over. Close that out there. Sweet. What's up, Gio? What's poppin', my boy? What's good, y'all? What's good? Got the camera on here, a little cam before we kick things off here. Yeah, we're gonna be diving into a few things here, because FOMC week always gets fun. Always is a good time. Especially considering that this is the first. Right, this is the first one post-Trump inauguration, so I think we're gonna get quite the volatility. And I'm here for it. So, oh, y'all ready? Okay, y'all in here now. Y'all starting to get it going. What's good? Okay. So yeah, gonna have this. I'm only on one screen right now. I want mobile. I want mobile today. What the heck? Interesting. This is not working. Weird. I one more minute, guys. Let me get something figured out here. Appreciate all y'all that are here on time, ready to roll. Oh, Ketty and Mike are on here. What's up, Joseph, Corey, Ezequiel? ¿Qué tal, bro? Michael, Sean, we got Seattle in the house. All right. So let's do it. Let's do the thing. Let's see, is this good? Hold up. All right, that's a bit better. Okay, what's good, y'all? So, I mean, where do we begin? I guess y'all vote. Y'all, what y'all want? I got a little bit of everything today. I got a couple currency pairs, a little bit of metals, a little bit of indices, a little bit of crypto, a little bit of stocks. We can kind of go everywhere. I'm not gonna go full crypto degen today, right? Actually, I never go degen here. We hover. You know, I keep it pretty mellow. But let's start with the basics. Let's start with the basics. All right, we'll kick things off nice and easy. You know, everyone trades it basically at some point or another. We got the iconic, the classic Euro USD. You know, let's see. Took a trade on GU, went back to break even. Yeah, that was pretty predictable. I know what trade you took. What's up, Pedro? How's Brazil, bro? Or yeah, how's Brazil? ¿Qué tal, Fran? En Argentina, en la casa, papá. What's good? Crypto, bro. Crypto. Oh, y'all want that crypto? Okay. I'll get there. I won't take long. ¿Cómo ves el oro? Ahorita te dejo saber. Danny Vibes Music. Danny Vibes Music. ¿Será este? ¿Dónde eres, Danny? ¿Dónde eres? Okay, so guys, EU, this is pretty textbook, pretty plain and simple. For those of you that were on with me on the members side and you were on the live stream, things look good. This is the exact same setup, so this is just going to be, this part is going to be kind of just going through it again. You know, so for some of you this will be a little bit of repetition. For those of you that are on here just to get some free value, just to get some nuggets, then yeah, I'm giving you a pretty good setup here. So here you kind of can't see the liquidity on this side of things because this is a very small time. They had a little bounce here on the smaller time frame, so I did bounce and then rip one more time, which is that big sweep. And Euro USD, if you compare this to NZD USD, AUD USD, I chose against trading those other pairs because Euro still has a ways to go. Now, one thing that's interesting is I figured an NZD USD could play out because Euro at the same time. So I'll give you guys context. NZD USD right now got to these key levels. So NZD USD swept equal lows, liquidity, confirmation of a bullish structure. But, you know, and you guys can see this, NZD USD worked its way all the way down to here, 886 pullback, but it came down to our mitigation zone, right, where sell-offs can close out. It came to this area during Asian session, which makes sense. Now, the important thing here is that, and I didn't take this, but I had a feeling it could play out. Although, however, I think this was the real rejection. You had about like a 13 pip reversal after we had seen a similar drop, right? The drop here was about 13, 14 pips. The push up here right now was very, very similar, 13, almost 14 pips. So you could argue that buys already came in. Cool. But the reason I thought that this could work, not enough for me to take it, but I'm always studying market behaviors, was because for two reasons. One, Euro USD was simultaneously, so at the exact same time, filling in balance. Okay, so the market's rebalancing here. Now, the reality is that this is the same setup. So Euro USD clearly is dropping at a slower pace. Market trading in between that 618 and that 71% retracement. So it's a lot more of a mellow drop, which gives us that indication that if Euro gets down to here, it has a way better chance of sustaining this structure than anything else would. But then at the same time, Euro USD is feeling balance here. It's rebalancing. GU is mitigating here. So GU also at the exact same time looks like it wanted to kind of close out this little sell and then bounce. So it did that. It came to here. So you can see like different points of structure. GU was playing a smaller time frame. Euro was rebalancing, and NZD USD was mitigating, and all of it happened in the exact same moment. So I figured, okay, we could probably get a bounce here, but I don't think it's enough for me to put my money at risk. And in reality, I was like, maybe you just get the minimum and then it comes back, and it kind of is what happened. So with all that being said, EU is still the best setup here. You know, we're trading around that 618. If you look at GU doesn't really even have a trade like that, a setup at all. Actually, I mean, in reality, GU is the better setup because it's so slow to work its way down to here. It's not even fucking close. Like this is a turtle on the way down. Euro in the meantime is slower, but yeah, no, now it's changed because GU is still actually trading in here. And so looking at this, yeah, GU is now actually a lot slower to work its way down, and it does seem like GU would be the one to maybe give us a nice little bounce here. And I'm going to actually double check my feed if GBP USD looks a little different on another broker. Maybe it doesn't make equal lows the same way and could make this a bit more valid. So let's see here. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of a space right there, but I think those are micro pips. So I don't know how that's going to play out. So yeah, I mean, not ideal. So we'll see what happens. What I think may end up happening here is the following. I can see GU, you know, in whatever way that it happens, but work its way to this imbalance right here. You guys see this here? Work its way into this imbalance. And maybe we get a bounce here. And at the same time is when Euro is working its way to mitigate this area. So I think we could see something like this. This is definitely a possibility. So I'm going to play this by ear because things can change. We might see Euro, you know, come back and then GBP go down again. That could always happen because that is what happened earlier. You know, Euro crashed really aggressively where GU just did, but just not as much. So originally, yeah, Euro USD looks really, really solid to me. It was kind of the ideal buy, but now that GU is kind of slower on its way down, I'm reconsidering what I see here. So this is not a signal. This is not like, oh, here, Euro is for sure a play. Again, we adapt to the markets. We respond to price action. We see the way that things develop because at one point, Euro to me earlier today looked like a no-brainer. Now, literally, because I hadn't looked at it for hours, I've been actually filming videos for you guys. And yeah, so interesting because you see Euro at 618 and GU is not even close. GU is way the fuck over here. GU is chilling at 38.2. So definitely GBP USD maintaining a much more bullish structure. Yeah, we might see a bounce here. Maybe we get into here at some point, but the equal lows are not too promising. Cool. There's something to think about. All right, let me look at the chat. Alex, ¿qué tal? Edgar, ¿qué tal? Likes, Raza. Hit the likes for Primo. Yo, that's what a G. Yeah, you smash them like buttons, all right? The subscribes and all that good stuff. Y'all want the crypto? I'll get there. Don't worry. Venezuela, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Arriba los Navarrete. Así es. Thoughts on oil buy 71-ish. I'll take a look at oil. We'll get there. Crypto. I'm gonna switch over from after forex. I'll actually I'll go from currencies to currencies today, and then we'll wrap things up with some oil and some indices. For those of you who got the Bitcoin buys yesterday, I didn't stream it. No. Yeah, it was members only. My bad, guys. What's up, Miguel? But I shared Bitcoin buys. Y'all got it. Sometimes I do my best to give you guys as much as I can. Sometimes I just forget. But okay, cool. Third round for a lot of you. ¿Qué tal, Marlene? USD CHF sells. What's up, Cali? Bitcoin down? You think it's going down again? Let's. Okay. Now, USD CHF sells. Where exactly do you see these sells? I could see sells, but yeah. Okay. So cool. We're getting to the area that piqued my interest before. So this is in Spanish from the Spanish session earlier. So I guess I can just rephrase this. Liquidity capture. You have pending mitigation, sell zone, break structure. All right, cool. So what I wanted to see with USD/JPY, we had, just bear structure, lower lows, lower highs, the whole thing. And here we see equal lows, equal highs basically setting up. A nice little sweep before the market comes crashing down. So it looks pretty solid. And then from there, what I'm going to do here, or what I was waiting for was, I wanted to see if we end up just maintaining lower lows. And yeah, we do. We end up trading down here for easily 13 hours. So New York session ends up closing below the previous low as well. So we had, London session, close below, New York session, and then we kind of came back up again here just to kick off Asian session. Now, we also got this during the second half of Asian session. So it seems like we may end up closing out this push. Like, this is more yen movement than it is dollar movement. Maybe a little bit of both, but I think this could be a pretty good play. And you guys asked me about USD CHF. I wonder if we could see a nice sweep here, because this looks like a lot of just resistance, a lot of retail sellers. So I feel like we can get a nice push above, maybe get into something up here. If you're looking for USD CHF sells, I feel like it'd be a lot higher. So somewhere in here. So we can use this bar replay tool to kind of investigate what happened over here and get into the details of this movement. Here, I'm already at the 1 minute. Again, for those, my goal isn't like to do a in-depth lesson here. I like to just kind of get you guys some cool setups, have you explore how these concept works. You guys use your context clues to kind of put the pieces together with how everything works together. So here. And guys, I just decided I'm gonna do a giveaway today. I'm gonna give away one of our trading journals today. Can you set up a code for me for that trading journal? I got one-time code for one person. For one person, yeah. Okay, So up here is where I think we could get it. I don't think this would be like happening now. I think we might get a sweep. I think we could get something like this maybe tonight, like something like that, maybe like this, and then maybe something like this. But that's USD CHF. But USD JPY, I think is just more specific. We really had a pretty decent close, and I feel like it's kind of lagging behind here. So I think we can get a pretty good sell-off from right there on USD JPY. If you look at the 4-hour as well, we do see distribution up here, bit of imbalance, but then we get another wave of distribution here as well. This is really messy, but let me just move that there. Okay, and then we'll just, yeah, this is just a mess. Okay. So when we zoom in here, we can see how we're getting very balanced price action over here. Lower highs, liquidity, lower highs, lower lows, and then we actually have equal lows here. So You guys see how we have equal low around that 153.70 price point. So I think I would be shocked if we don't work our way back down there. I mean, obviously, there's always nothing is impossible. The timings can always change, but it just feels right, to be honest, that we could work our way back down. I think structure confirmed enough time down here, and we can get a pretty good push down. So this is one that I like for USD JPY. So Euro USD looked better earlier. Now we'll kind of wait. We'll play it by ear. USD JPY, I'm feeling. And interestingly enough, we had the drop here with gold, and I haven't played anything out of gold. I wanted to see if we can really confirm a lower low on the higher time frame. So we had higher highs on the 1 hour, higher lows, higher highs, and then this is not breaking the 1 hour time frame. This one does. So we kind of end up creating like a internal range here. So now you kind of have like the smaller time frames that did a whole thing here, where they go down here, pull back, and it breaks the low, but within a range. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and honestly, that's such an annoying phrase. But here's my question for you. Let me rephrase. Here's my question for you. Is this a break of structure? Like, does this confirm a downtrend? Yes or no? You guys tell me. Do you think this confirms a downtrend? What do you guys think? How do you win the giveaway? I'll do a backflip. Yeah. That is funny. Xavier said yes. Miguel said no. Joseph said no. SCN said yes. Oh, no, man. It closed below, said yes. So clearly some of you... Alright, 1 second, guys. We went dark mode. Can you just click that button for me? Hello. Hello, baby. There you go. Alright, so I think yes. Nope. It's okay. This goes below for a pretty brief amount of time. It kind of just quickly goes down and right back up. So for me, nah, this is not a lower low. And you can see, like, as you go and zoom out, the 4 hour, like, just look at this from like this perspective. How long was this down here? This was here for, I don't know, 45 minutes maybe, and then it quickly comes back up. So it looks like it's more of a push to liquidate buyers than it is to confirm sellers. Is there demand? The question you have to ask yourself, because this is what this trading is. Man, the way trading is taught, in my opinion, I think is pretty backwards for the most part, because people are being taught how to see just patterns and not what the point of it is. So, for example, guys, how is price determined? And this is like basic economics. This is like basic, like the principles of price. How is price determined? What's up, Austin? You're saying it's using the old low as resistance, though. But what does that mean? I mean, sure, bro. Trade whatever you want. Trade your way. Supply and demand. Thank you, Xavier. Pretty easy, right? Supply and demand. So it's supply and demand. So here's the real question: is there demand at the price below the previous low? Is there demand below 27.36, basically? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Is there demand here? Not really. It looks like there's more demand over here, 27.40. So for me, right now, I would want more proof. It doesn't mean that it can't be a lower low. It just doesn't mean that I'm not convinced yet. It could be. If it comes back down and we trade down here longer, cool. Lower low. That's fine. But as of right now, I'm not sold yet. Right? Supply and demand. So, not quite for me. Not yet. And that's what I want you guys to think, is do you want to use critical thinking? So yes, this bounced off of this previous resistance. And Corey, you said it bounced off, it's using the old low as resistance though. So what does that mean? Does that do anything? Does that create some sort of perspective for you? Because I just don't know what that means to you. So what I noticed was, right, we had the sweep of the high. Market comes down, comes back up. Definitely, like, we don't have demand here, right? That's pretty clear. Market comes up, and then it's like, nah, never mind. It just comes crashing down again. So I want to know, what are we doing here? What do we really want to do here? And a lot of times you'll see something like this happen. Now, this isn't something that I trade very often, but you'll see something like this happen. It stays up here, and then you kind of see a little bounce and a continuation. And this is a Wyckoff's model, if you look at this, basically. So I don't trade that. It's not my entry model, but I just have the awareness. It could be, we could end up getting something different. Like here you have a push down, a recovery. If we were to trade higher a little bit longer, then yeah, maybe I would have bought in here or something. Right now, I'm not too convinced. Now, if we look at something like silver, similar situation, guys. Let's take a look at silver. What did silver do? Silver came crashing back down, and then does this look like it's making, what was that? Whatever. Does this look like it's making some sort of lower low, or does this look like it obliterated tons of buyers, and then it's like, actually, you know what, never mind. Comes right back up. So this is one of those situations where these kind of look like shakeout setups, which is like, it kind of looks like a break and retest, and it's luring in sellers just for this thing to then go up again. That's kind of what this is looking like for me. And you saw this happen with Bitcoin recently, actually twice now, and I'll give you guys those setups. But the reason I'm bringing these things up is because we have to remember the big picture. What's the big picture with metals, guys? What's seasonality with metals? So you consider the reversal of 2770 as a lower high? No. Well, it depends. Because is it a 1 hour lower high? No. Right now, in my opinion, the 1 hour is still bullish. Higher high, higher low, higher high, and this was a failed break. As of now, this is a fail. Now, if you're looking small time frame, like let's say we're talking 15-minute, then yeah, right now 15-minute time frame, you're going lower lows. Like here, you had higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, lower lows, lower highs. This definitely has been trading below here. So 15-minute bearish, 1 hour bullish, 4 hour bullish. So before we do anything, awareness on where you're at in the market is definitely important. So metals, guys, what's the overall idea? Gifts for V-Day up until February, that's what you mean for seasonality? Okay. Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, metals are bullish. Do you use Wix as structure? Corey, what do you think? Have I talked about it? You've been on hundreds of my sessions. What do I use for structure? What do I use? how do I determine if we're bullish, bearish? Do I talk about just the candle, just the wick? Do I talk about, it's like the gym. Do I talk about time, stable structure or not? So you can look at it, it's almost like time under tension. So these are quickly to drop, quickly to come back up. This is not lower low for me. This doesn't really convince me that, oh, we're in a downtrend now. Not quite. If it was a really normally, now sometimes it does, but like rarely. Normally, if we're going to be bearish, like it's going to come down here and we're going to see that there's demand below 30 and it's not just a quick drop and pop. So, I mean, anything can be a wick if you zoom out enough, right? These don't look like wicks on the 15. If I go to the 1 hour, all right, you got a little bit of a wick. If you go to the 2 hour, okay, the wick is getting bigger. If you go to the 4 hour, if you go to the 8 hour, if you go to the daily. So silver is showing signs that it could be ready to continue to rally. Gold, not as wick. The wick is not as intense. And there's other, like there's imbalance, there's liquidity. I'm not saying it can't go down. I'm just analyzing what we have. That's the big thing. Because what I want to really go over today with you guys is the fact that we have FOMC in less than 2 days, right? We're basically like, I don't know, 40 hours away from potential interest rates dropping. And this is what I want you guys to be locked in on. So, for example, tomorrow we have some consumer confidence news event. There'll be some volatility with the dollar. I'm sure indices will move alongside as well. The Australian dollar has CPI. So for those of you who are like, this is your window of opportunity to trade, definitely be focused on the Australian dollar. Go see if there's setups there for you, whether it's either Aussie, whether it's any sort of cross pairs. Check those out. Like tomorrow will be fun for AUD. It should be at least. And then you have Wednesday, a little bit of GBP action, a little bit of Canadian dollar, and then interest rates, right? FOMC, press conference, the whole thing is going to be a blast. So be prepared. Be prepared. And then Thursday you have some Euro news. You have dollar, more Euro news. Yeah, that should be interesting. This should be very, very interesting. So it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good week for those of you that actually trade currencies. I think it's going to be a good time. So yeah, this did turn into a little bit of a lesson and not just chart breakdown. But I guess you have to, when you're identifying trends, it's not just is it low or not. It's okay, is there demand? Cool. All right, so we can move on from here. I'm not quite convinced yet. If we can set up for some sort of buy plays, then that'd be great. For those of you that use volume, I don't really teach volume like that, but you can use divergence on volume to also have a perspective here. And I mean, I can just put it, I'll just leave this over here. All right, y'all can just see kind of where things are at these times. All right, that's it. And for those of you that know volume, you do your thing. For those of you that don't, then I mean, it is what it is. But y'all tell me what you think about these moments here. At the time where price was here, very bullish buys, high volume. Here with gold, very there's sells, lower volume. What does that mean? Y'all tell me. Y'all can tell me what that means. So let's see. Now, I talked about metals. We talked about currencies. We're gonna dive a little bit into crypto before, and I do have a peso play for you guys. I just went over. I'll just go over peso. So USD Mexican peso. Been waiting for this for about a week, and we saw a nice sweep last Monday during New York session. Everything tanked. We caught the buy. So the inauguration buy, we caught this live. Actually, I meant to post that one. I kind of forgot to. And then this didn't quite trigger the sell-off right away. It ended up building out liquidity, so we have actually equal highs right here. I'm just going to have it like that. So we do have equal. There we go. So there's retail sellers definitely right there, and we started the week pretty strong. So let me actually. The week here, Friday we were wicking down, and then kind of rallied, and then gapped up and have continued to push higher. So based on the way that this is moving, I mean, check this out, guys. Now you get to see this kind of session by session. But I mean, what do you? Okay, so again, here's another perspective and context. Is this giving us a lower low, or what was the purpose of this drop? What do you guys think? And it all okay, and you get to shift your perspective with this, right? You get to change how you perceive the market here. So you're just trading in the range. It gets below here, right? Cracks below this, and then we end up closing the day here. We gap up here. We're trading up here now. Is this bearish on the 4-hour? Was this a liquidity sweep, and maybe the market now is more bullish than bearish? What do you guys think? It takes people's money. Okay. Don't be shy, guys. Don't be shy. So, this looks to me like it's asking to be bought when price gets back here again eventually. That's my take. So we definitely have some open positions up here from the past where the market pumps just to drop. And we have also, I think, a very intentional orchestrated selling event here that then leads to the market being able to continue and go. Like, it doesn't seem like we have a lot of demand below 20.25. So at some point I think we'll get back down to here, and this will probably be a quick, drop and pop. So I see the sell here, which could be a handsome risk reward. 11R, love that. There's motive for price to clear out these highs. There's motive for mitigation, and I think it's all about really playing into all that. This is what's interesting to me at the moment, is how this is set up. So here is the 8-hour. This is like basically this is every candle is like the session. So right now this is Asian session candle. The previous one was New York session candle, London session candle, Asian session candle, New York session candle. And so you had London, New York, which is continued, just immediately pulled back in. And then if you go to the daily, you can kind of see it even more clearly where Friday pushes down just to recover, and then early on we're over here. I don't know how this is going to look. Like, I don't know if we're going to get slow tomorrow and then we FOMC and just melt, or if we get into this tomorrow, maybe even tonight, and then work our way down. FOMC helps get to this zone, and then we play up. But yeah, this is kind of the perspective that I have. So I feel like we'll get a Tuesday. We'll get this maybe New York session, and then maybe we just get down to here for FOMC and wick our way in before it pops up again. So something like this kind of looks intriguing. Yeah, something like this. So y'all, I mean, you guys let me know what you think. How do you see it going down? What's the word? Yeah, this looks good in my eyes. USD Mexican peso, and I'll drop this one for you guys here in the chat. I can take a look at NVIDIA. Okay, before I go in there though, let's get into some crypto. Let's talk crypto. The time has come. The time has come, it's crypto time, and we'll get to indices briefly. We'll talk about oil. Actually, I know I'm gonna rabbit hole crypto, not rabbit hole, but I'm gonna go into a whole thing. So let me just knock out oil real quick because there is a few of you asking, and I don't want to ignore you guys. So let me just knock out oil, and then we can get into it. So okay, U.S. oil for me, my main setup is way up here for U.S. oil. This is the one that I've been waiting on. We have quite a bit of liquidity built up. Retail sells. This is just continued to rally. So it's been very bearish. Totally see that. I haven't looked at this since first half of New York session. So this pumps up and then drops. So I mean, yeah, there's kind of a sell right here. I totally see. I think I see what you guys might be talking about. You see a little pump up here, a little pump. This mitigates there, sell off. This is a good play, honestly. But this is like London said, I'm not taking that. You know, I'm not up for this shit. So I'm not doing any of that. But yeah, I mean, you had basically a form of resistance here. This then ends up clearing all that. Market then works its way down. I wonder how long it takes to get here. Right now we've been below for 11 hours, so structure looks relatively bearish. Well, I'll be curious about when we get to this area. If this takes a bit long, then sometimes what happens is, let's say that we get something like this and then like that. Sometimes we get, you see how it would break the trend line? Sometimes you get something like this and then it just ends up bouncing and continuing. So sometimes, yeah, you'll get moments like this. So we'll see. Basically, we'll see kind of how this goes. This looks like it could be maybe oil may end up becoming an FOMC sell-off. We'll see. It's just patience more than anything. So right around here. All right. So yeah, we'll see how it rolls. I could see that. Or we just keep working our way lower. We could definitely just keep working our way lower, and I have been waiting for a possible buy scenario over here as well. So not totally mad about this. We're getting closer. Cleared out some lows. Still some imbalance left, but this could be an idea for U.S. oil. Let me mark this up here. Hold on. I need this visible on the 4-hour again. Okay, there we go. So something like this, I could definitely see being doable. And then let me drop the chart here. I'm liking the 8-hour chart more and more, just because it's just a nice like perspective on per session. So it's a nice time frame. All right, there's U.S. oil. Now we can move on and we can go into the crypto trenches. I'm looking at 74.30. I got buys around 71.40. All right, 71.40. Love those buys for sure. And then looking at 74.30 for sells. Okay, I have it a little bit higher, but I get it. It's like oh, that's a bit. Well, it depends. Your data feed might be different, so the numbers might be a little bit different on yours than mine. So that's always important, is us to realize that. Let me make sure this is the right link. All right, perfect. Question: when trading futures, if I was in about like I was for oil and market close, should I wait for another setup or when market open accept my buy again? Death Reaper. You speak Spanish? ¿Hablas español? I wouldn't get in again. No entraría de nuevo. Esperaría otra oportunidad. Okay, cool. All right, who's ready for crypto? Drop a crypto in the chat. Drop a crypto in the chat. Okay, so I do want to go over some. Oh wow, this is definitely burning my computer fast. So I'm going to go over a couple things here. Bitcoin's moving along nicely, very nice. I feel happy about how this plays out. I do feel like I've been El Mago things, like just been on it. And so I took a buy here on Bitcoin. I wasn't the best entry, I'll admit. Wasn't my best entry for the buy, but my exit was pretty sexy. So we do go a little bit deeper. We wick down quite a bit. So we go all the way down to here. I guess it was just proving a point. Playing off of previous levels of supply, demand. So we did see that 97 and change play out of there. Why we got all the way down to here. And then we rallied, so we did mitigate, market pumped. And I took my exit right where we had this order block. We definitely had this here at one point kind of stalled the market and lured in buyers. So it's like the opposite on the other way around. This kind of kills momentum. So I took my money here, like literally right there, and then it dropped. We had that sell-off before it continued. I didn't buy because I locked my accounts and I just closed everything because I was working on some other stuff. But yeah, played out of here really nicely, and then now we're continuing. So this is another great example of these failed lower lows, where it looks like people are like, oh, here it is, it's over, and it breaks below, and people assume that we have lower lows, but again, we need demand, and when price gets here, it quickly goes back up, drops down, quickly goes back up. So there just wasn't really a lot of demand, and so especially when we trade up here, come back down, trade up here again, clearly the price doesn't want to stay below 100 right now. Right now, it's not doing it. I don't know when it could, but right now it's not doing it. Now, obviously, we have that big sell-off here starting at like 90,900. You have imbalance all in this range up, 94K and below. Yes, totally see it. At some point, I'm sure we'll get there, but I'm looking at price action. What's happening right now? Right now, this looks like the market is gearing up for another push. In my opinion, we're going to get at least back up to 104. Let's see where we go from there. Okay, 104 looks pretty good over here. So we're looking nicely. Looks like we have some equal highs over here as well. So even clearing 107 looks like a possibility. So where we go from there, but this just looks like another reaccumulation. It looks like the market fails to break the low and sustain it, and now we're starting to rally. So Bitcoin looking good here, and you guys can see where we're at with that. Then the question is, well, are other things rallying? And it looks like a dog rallied nicely, very nicely after, taking a big old dookie. The dog took a dookie. I don't make up the rules here. So rallied super well, a lot better than most plays. So Jup rallying also really well. So yeah, it's looking pretty solid overall. I think where we can pay attention also is crypto dominance. So we've seen the market was starting to pump. Like Bitcoin started to really push higher once again with that Bitcoin dominance, but just to lose momentum. So Bitcoin dominance starts to go up, and it's not really holding it down. So second half of the day, you know, we're losing that, and the daily shows us that Bitcoin dominance starting to lose steam, And what does that mean, guys? If Bitcoin dominance goes down, that means that altcoins are starting to take up more and more of the total market cap. This is what we want. If you want alt season to go crazy, what we want to see is Bitcoin dominance starting to lose some steam here. The more we see of this, the better it's going to be for all of the cryptos. ETH dominance has just been, you know, it just keeps losing dominance. It's, in my opinion, I'm not investing in ETH at all. But we're seeing money start to flow into other places. So things are looking solid here now. You guys asked about crypto in general. Historically, once interest rates start dropping, we start gearing up for some pretty epic movement. So for example, when COVID dropped interest rates, you know, all out of nowhere, it just drops to 0.25 basically, or less than 0.25. And it did that for, you know, years, but we go from January to February drop, April just to zero basically, because this was the emergency drop in early March. What are the chances? At that point, there was no news of anything going down, and then stayed at zero for forever. I don't think it's going to be like that. However, ironically, we're starting to hear stuff about bird flu in the U.S. I don't know if that's going to be the excuse for, you know, some massive black swan, not even just black swan, but just an excuse, maybe. But at the end of the day, on the fundamental side, guys, like BlackRock owns, I think, like 2 or 3% of Bitcoin now, in general. It's just madness. Like institutional onboarding is crazy right now. So yeah, this thing is gonna go bananas. It's quite the move. ETH. No, it's Austin. Oh, you just use weird words. I feel like this boy don't even know English. No, I'm playing. I think you just spelled something wrong. So, what do I do if market just gets in my area? Am I still good to execute my setup when market opens? Yeah, sure. Why not? So I think, yeah, we're starting to lose steam again. We don't seem to be holding that Bitcoin dominance, so it looks like more and more that we're getting ready for a push down. But yeah, guys, I mean, I'm gonna wrap up there. Actually, I don't have too much more, and I don't know where the hell my charger is. So either way, we put about an hour in here. I know a lot of you guys are bleeding with your portfolios. Like, I'm sure a lot of you are up still, but just not as up as you have been. And yeah, at this point in time, I would say if you have your convictions with certain things, it's time to play into those convictions. I love what happened with Indices today. I think it was such a troll, the drop overnight, and then just New York session just ripped. So US 30 went bananas. NAS not so much. NAS did recover, but just way less aggressively. I know some of you guys that's about Nvidia, but if you're looking for buys, would be the play with US 30 for sure. But we need for this to work its way all the way back down again. So tomorrow, if we can see some some distribution. If we can see some setup for sells tomorrow, that'd be fantastic. Otherwise, let's see if there's, we work our way back down and something looks clean for buys. What I will say is that, guys, if there's no setup, just chill out. You don't need to trade everything. You'll end up losing way more money if you're just like forcing ideas just because you're in the habit of trading often. You'll lose money just forcing ideas. Like, trading is supposed to be about, of course, being able to multiply your money, but it's about that flexibility. And if you can't master your own decision making, your own emotions, should you make money? Probably not. So, if anything, if tomorrow's just a mellow day, you don't have a lot of setups, that's fine. Wednesday will probably be something that sets up, and all of that volatility is going to be sick. Trading journal. How do I want to give this one away? What do I want to do here? How should I give this away? I don't even know, man. Look at y'all. Y'all are just holding it down. Beast. Let's see. Let's see. What can I do here? Let me see. Oh, I didn't even know there's a difference. What? I don't know there was a top chat and live chat difference. That's crazy. I do want to give away the journal. I didn't really get as far as how participants. Let's see, what is this going to do? Is this just the people that have been like active or what? I'm just here to learn. I'm just here to learn. I'm figuring out YouTube with you guys. All right, let's do this. Go share my last reel on Instagram, and I'm gonna choose someone right now. So let me grab my phone real quick, and then I can see who reposts. I think. Let us pick a number. Nah, go repost my reel, and then I'll pick someone right now. Let's see. Scroll to the chat with the eyes closed. Yeah, that would work too, huh? Let's see here. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys like 30 seconds. Just repost it. Real. Let's see here. It's just my name. For those of you that don't follow me, it's just my name. Mike Navarrete. Let's see. I'm gonna spam the chat. Solo tienen que republicar el último reel que hice y les voy a dar mi bitácora de Trading Journal. Alright, so the last one I posted was this one. And then check the insights. And then I think I can see it here. Alright, once you reposted it, drop a comment and I'm going to pick someone random right now, alright? Oh, here we go. There are the mentions. Starting to see it now. Oh, okay. I see y'all. I see y'all. Well, I'll let this load up. Word. So yeah, guys, I think right now, if you're concerned about your portfolio, I wouldn't be. I really wouldn't be too worried about this. I think it's going to be more than okay. And then right now, this I know is creating a lot of panic. So if we zoom out a little bit, if you think about